Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family, and please note I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 3.81% to 16,866. Ethereum is down 2.09% to 1275. Bitcoin is currently trading at 16,957. Fortunately, we're above the 16,626 mark, and this is a key level of support, and we've seen the price come down to support that level. But however, we have two very strong levels of resistance above, one that we're just breaking through, but the higher one, and when we get to the SL at 17,102, that's when we can start to say we may have overcome short-term resistance, but it's literally too early to tell. I said a couple of days ago that we anticipated seeing double-digit green in the market, but it would just be a call to retail and the retail herd to come into the market so the institutions could sell down. The key with trading and investing is to go against the retail mindset. Retail buys on green, smart money buys on red, but they know what they're doing. A lot of people are saying that the stock markets are decorrelating from the crypto market, but we can see that's simply not the case. The directional correlation still exists, as we had a big pump up in the Nasdaq and S&P 500, and we saw that starting to come down. What we've seen is crypto for its own reasons, and they're basically tied to Alameda Research and FTX, is over accentuating the down moves. But you can see we had a little bit of a kick up here. Now we're getting a slight kick up in price. It's not always one for one. For example, the stock market goes up and crypto goes up. It's not like that. Markets have their own dynamics, but over the long period of time, they tend to follow each other. Well, they have been currently. They can go at a sync, and we need to keep this in mind. Having our synchronization factors really high is what we need. As professional smart money, we always do our daily three-dimensional risk management code, and you can see just how quickly crypto changes. In just a couple of days, within a week, crypto has undergone a massive transformation to the downside, and I explain how you can do this code, this BORSOG code, in episode 685. In fact, the whole episode is devoted to it. Institutions are always trying to stop synchronization in the retail market. That's why I said a couple of days ago, I believe that double-digit green was coming, but that would be a trap. And it's turned out that way, unfortunately. The crypto market is one of the fastest changing markets on the planet. That's why I cover it 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And what we've seen by FTX is it's just commenced voluntary Chapter 11 proceedings under the bankruptcy code. The one thing to note, there's approximately 130 affiliated companies in the FTX group. Sam Bankman-Fried has resigned his role as the CEO. And at the current time, LedgerX LLC, FTX Digital Markets Limited, FTX Australia Proprietary Limited, and FTX Express Pay Limited are not affected by these bankruptcy Chapter 11 proceedings. When we look at all the collapses that have occurred in the crypto industry, there's a common thread. People are trying to go fast and they are failing because of their greed. They're overextending and collapsing. They're undertaking debt and leverage, and that's killing not only their companies, but also the investor and traders' funds that are with them. Integrity matters. It really, really matters. Using funds in a way that you shouldn't be doing so is not on. And maturity matters. We can see a lot of young people doing really well, and of course we're happy for them. But the concept is the very young don't have the wisdom of the older generation. And the older generation knows that in order to go fast, you need to go slow. And integrity absolutely matters. When people don't do the right thing by other people, they're not going to do the right thing by their investors, full stop. There's a lot of strong personalities in the crypto industry, and some are incredibly mind-numbingly arrogant. And these arrogant people actually just give off warning signs of integrity issues. And I'm not just talking about the various heads of these different companies that have gone bankrupt in the crypto space. There are quite a few still out there that I believe are going to join this list. If you're seeing very arrogant people, it is not a sign of success. Arrogance is always a sign of fear. In our community, we talk about positive excellence all the time because money is the byproduct of doing the right things. You can see that so many companies that have been liquidated were actually doing the wrong things. They were promising so many high returns when they simply couldn't deliver. That means they didn't have integrity or decency. And when you strike a lack of integrity and a lack of decency, run. Run like hell. Don't put your money into anyone that acts without integrity and without decency, and also without kindness. There are a lot of very, very arrogant people. And when people are young, they think, oh, they're so arrogant. They must be so successful. I'll give them my money. That's a mistake. And as CTO Larson said, we don't really do any technical analysis. This, believe it or not, is the CEO of Alameda Research, Caroline. And Caroline said, we don't really do any technical analysis. And CTO Larson says, proceeds to lose $10 billion. When Terra Luna collapsed, it wiped out $300 billion worth of value across the cryptocurrency space. It looks like FTX could do a similar thing. In July, FTX bailed out failed crypto lender BlockFi and gave it a $400 million credit facility after the Terra collapse. But BlockFi has suspended withdrawals on its platforms due to liquidity issues with FTX and Alameda. Reportedly, BlockFi stores all its customer deposits in FTX. And Voyager Digital, the bankrupt crypto lender, was set to receive $1.4 billion from FTX, so the sale will likely be suspended. Of course it will be. And that's going to affect so many Voyager customers, and just beware of the VGX token. And Voyager Digital, just a little while ago, said Voyagers, as a result of the Chapter 11 filing by FTX and FTX US, we have reopened the bidding process and are in active discussions with alternate bidders. We can see the contagion of the Luna collapse is actually still affecting crypto, and now with FTX also collapsing, FTX was bailing out BlockFi and Voyager, and Three Arrows Capital had a stake in Voyager Digital, so you can see how interconnected the crypto market actually is. And we've seen inside the crypto market many times there are very strong personalities in crypto. Unfortunately, that strength is often to the arrogant side. And what happens with that arrogance? It gets dealt with. Arrogance is a trait of Zone 1 and Zone 2 thinking, and the hallmarks to negative excellence. Arrogance is always punished, but it sometimes takes a bit of time. And people that are punished for their arrogance, others also pay the price. It's not good to be arrogant. And if you're investing in a token with an arrogant founder, I would say sell it. Contagion could be widely spread, and we need to understand that FTX Ventures invested in many projects, and Alameda Research also invested in many projects. And here are some of them right here, just for your reference. It doesn't mean that all these projects are going to go to zero. It does mean that you need to be aware and you need to keep your eyes open. And when we look at the Alameda Research portfolio, these are the tokens held, and we just rank it by the 7-day greatest losers. We can see poor old FTT has suffered a abysmal failure. And that's to be expected. But one thing that we saw with Voyager and other crypto platforms. They can tank and the speculators can come in, so just be aware that these could get very, very volatile. We can also see Serum, Solana, Lena. I'm just going for the more well-known names. Ren. Just anything within the top 100 to 200. SushiSwap. Curve. Lena. So it gives you a bit of an idea as to what Alameda is actually tying its funds up in. And we know that FTX has around a $9 billion hole, so sell pressure on these tokens would be one way to plug that gap up, so just be aware of this. And FTX was doing some fantastic work in tokenizing stocks such as MicroStrategy, Tesla, the SPY, Nvidia, Alibaba, just to name a few, but all of those have now stopped trading. It's an absolute tragedy to see people lose money like this. And of course, the governments who want to bring crypto inside the banking system, they don't want to destroy crypto, far from it. They know it's incredibly profitable and it's Web 3.0, which the internet is Web 2.0. So of course they want to embrace it, but they want to control it and take the fees from it. So they're going to do their enforcement actions. Why? Because the SEC gets a cut of every registered security. I don't know if you knew that. In terms of their transaction fees, many people would say, Ken, you can't be right. The SEC charging fees? The government always wants their cut, and you can see fees charged here. And at the outset, it may not seem like a big fee, but the concept is, over time, these fees become massive. With the fee rate in 2022 to be set at $92.70 per $1 million, just think about it. That's a huge amount of money. And the SEC is all about protecting investors. And what is the SE fee? Who pays it? Ultimately, it's absorbed by investors. Way to go. Crypto will instantly become the new golden child when they can get their cut of fees. And where do those costs go to? They go to investors. And how many potential securities are inside the crypto market? The number is 21,720. Oh, I missed one. What could that be? What one crypto is already actually flagged as not a security? Please let me know in the comments. It's important to understand. Libri credits just went up against the SEC. They had a history of working with the SEC, and what does the SEC do? It cooperates through compliance. And what happened when the SEC said, the judge said, Libri, you're a security. Look at this drop off in price. We can expect such potential actions if various cryptos get classified as securities. Please keep this in mind. And this is exactly why the court case between the SEC and XRP, or Ripple, is incredibly important to the entire crypto industry. That sets a precedent where the SEC can't get fees from big tokens. It may seek to get it from smaller tokens, but they can't get their fees. This is simply a money grab. The community has been talking a little bit about depegging. And depegging occurs when stablecoins lose their $1 peg. But I have to tell you a secret. Stablecoins are not stable. They never stay at $1. But when we look at the fall of Terra Luna, and it was a terrible fall, we could see the attack was absolutely instigated on a stablecoin, UST. Masterclass students, in TM14, I have this specific chart, and you can see what people say is depegging. It's not depegging at all. This is really, really normal for USDT to USD to fluctuate around a bit, especially when the markets get very chaotic. USTC to USDT, that also fluctuates around. I've seen 30 to 40% fluctuations. They're actually quite normal. This is very, very small. This is a 3% fluctuation, about 10% up there between BUSD and Tether. And in TM15, I give you another view. You can see USDT, Tether's market circulation, or market capitalization, sorry, it's come down just a little bit. But what has happened to Binance's stablecoin, BUSD? It's absolutely romped up. Look at this, from 17 billion up to nearly 23 billion, as the other stable coins are basically coming down. USDC coming down, DAI stablecoin coming down, and USDT also coming down, but Binance's stablecoin coming up. And you can see these so-called depegging things, they happen all the time right across the crypto industry. Please don't get sucked into it. With that background in mind, where could we be headed to? We know that 16626 is a key support line, and it's been supported there, just tested and retested, but rejected from there. But we've got two downwards areas of resistance, and they're both below that 17102 level. When we start to get above 17102, that starts to look more positive. When we stay around the current price where we are now, that is mildly positive. But if we start to fall below this 16626 mark, that's starting to look negative. And where could we be attracted to? The first level would be 15752. This is a Stanfield level, so it's based on all of market structure, not recent price action. And where's the next level? 14567. But what about really, really strong levels? Because that's what we're after. Really strong levels start to occur at 13,900. But we also know that we have to do three-dimensional thinking. We can't just be really, really negative and say, well, the whole planet's on fire and everything is going to hell, so it's got to go down. Because that's not how institutions work. Institutions are always seeking to desynchronize the market. That's why your daily three-dimensional risk management code is so important to do. And well done to everybody who does those each day in the comments. Your efforts will be rewarded by the markets. Let's have a look what we're actually looking at. If we get above the 17102 level and then we make it up to the 17989, we could be witnessing a trend change. Yes, it could actually happen. And the longer we consolidate, if we go flat across the weekend, bounding between this smart money sell level at 17102 and the smart money buy level at 16626, if we go flat, we are actually taking out these strong resistances. That is actually very, very positive. Now you have your key levels for the weekend. And remember, how Bitcoin goes is how the entire crypto market will go as well. When you get negative momentum inside Bitcoin, unless you've got an inverter, and there's only about 1% of cryptos that do that, every 99% will move down with it. And when Bitcoin comes up, 99% will move up with it. So please bear these things in mind. What happened in the main markets is it's crazy. The VIX decided to absolutely plummet and the markets decided to rally. And this is really fascinating stuff, because when you look at crypto has been hit very, very hard by bad Sam. And what do we see with the dollar, the DXY? It's absolutely fallen off a cliff. What do we know about sharp angles? What do they tend to do? Please let me know in the comments. And we can see gold absolutely going inverse parabolically with the dollar's angle. You need to keep this relationship in mind. Dollar down, gold up. Very, very good relationship. But there's also been posturing from the CCP that they're going to launch an attack on Taiwan. So of course gold is also being fueled by that. Masterclass students, understand how all of these dynamics play out. It's very important to understand that when the main markets are actually going up, that's gravitational pull for the crypto market. But when they're sinking, that's actually gravitational pull for crypto to sink. It doesn't mean they'll absolutely play out with synchronization, but it does mean they're going in that direction. And this is really important to understand. Many people think that the crypto market is completely divorced of other financial markets. Money is money. Money is always looking for a return. And if people get harmed or hurt and they have to pull their money out of the stock market, they're going to pull it out of crypto first, not last. As traders, as professionals, how do we look at this particular time? We understand that this volatility can create life-changing wealth. It literally can. We're not scared of it at all. We want volatility. Volatility, after all, is our best friend. And when we look at total crypto market capitalization, we can see we're currently at 811.85 billion. Just like Bitcoin, we're bounding around two areas, one of resistance at 816.724 billion and one below at 795.021 billion. If we actually raise above, we get above this 816.72 billion, the next level of resistance is 841.88 billion, and there's a strong magnetized level at 866.571 billion. It's not off the cards at all that we could be pulled up to that magnetized level. If we do so, we're creating a higher high, and that could be very, very good for everybody inside the crypto industry, and it could actually signal a change in trend. The crypto market has been very, very hard hit by the FTX saga. And when you look at this, that's the positive side. What about the more negative side? What if we lose this $795 billion mark? The next major level going down is in fact 674.768 billion. So that is quite a fall. Just beware of this. If we take out that previous low, we're in trouble. And remember, this three-dimensional analysis was actually just done yesterday. You can see just how quickly crypto changes. It's unbelievable. It's literally an animal, but it's an animal we love and adore. It's also very beneficial to look at the longs and the shorts. We can see the longs have been liquidated by the shorts over the past 24 hours. They're starting to flatten out, and they're starting to flatten out the shorts. The longs are liquidating the shorts. So let's see how this is playing out. There's been 172.97 million in total liquidations across 102,416 positions. And when we look at the past 24 hours, total liquidations, it's going as we expect, about 58% long. And then the past 12 hours, about 57% long. The past 4 hours going the other way, 72% short. And you can see that in those curves, those relative differentials in the curves. And the past hour, about 70% short. So we've been seeing the price come up, and we know it's challenging Bitcoin's resistance lines. If it gets through there, it's going to do really, really well. But if it doesn't get through there, it is in all likelihood going to continue down. And when we look at the past liquidations, just marginally more longs than shorts. It was the opposite yesterday. So one thing that we pointed out quite a while ago is when you get a lot of short liquidations without corresponding long liquidations, it sets the longs up to get liquidated. And of course it goes exactly the same way. When you see a lot of long liquidations without short liquidations, it sets the shorts up to get liquidated. And the best way not to get liquidated is by long at spot. That's what I do. And you can make money in any market doing so. Because I've been in financial markets for so many decades, it's really important to always think, go slow to go fast. Get your knowledge correct. Get your fundamentals correct. Know what you're doing. Understand the associations. Know how those associations will change over time. Going slow is the only way to go fast. You can see all these organizations, they wanted to go fast. They wanted to go really fast because they were greedy. And what happened? They collapsed. They failed. And always remember, debt and leverage kills. Debt is a killer. Leverage is a killer. Sorry to say that, but it's absolutely correct. If you want to look at the history of collapses, they're all debt and leverage based. Looking at the greatest gainers over the past 24 hours, Uni up 5.3%, BSV nearly 4.5%, XEN 3.76%, GMX 3.55%, Pax Gold 1.11%. Hey Pax Gold, why aren't you up more? Gold just went through the roof. And we got a stablecoin, Gemini Dollar. The greatest losers over the past 24 hours, poor old FTT getting absolutely whacked, down 30%. Nexo down around 15%, Maker down around 13%, HT about 12%, Helium about 12% as well, and Kronos a little over 11% down. There's massive volatility incoming to both the stock market and foreign exchange and crypto. So I would suggest, if you're an investor, you already know that you become a trader every time you buy or sell. But learning trading is a different mindset. Trading is a very, very powerful tool to time the markets, to get it into synchronization. And the very problematic thing with investing, and everybody has gone through it as well, so it's just a kind of a normal problem. When you hold on for a long time and you see the markets melt, as an investor, not a trader, as an investor, you're very likely to sell at the bottom. And you would have also been likely to actually buy when the price is going up, because that's just how institutions make everything very, very attractive. I believe that over the next 3 years, it's going to be a trader's market. That means a lot of volatility, and a lot of investors will get really, really hurt. Do whatever you can to learn about trading, but please do not go with Zone 1, Zone 2 traders. There are 4 zones that all successful investors and traders progress through to become consistently profitable and attain meaning and happiness in life. Zone 1 is the panic or entitlement zone. Zone 2, the blame or conflict zone. In these zones, Zone 1 and Zone 2, many retail influencers are out there just pushing their crowds around with enormous emotional volatility. In Zone 1 and Zone 2, people don't really know what they're doing, so they want certainty. They want someone to absolutely tell them which way is it going to go. Professionals know the price can move in 3 dimensions. It can move up, just flat, or down, and they're prepared for that. They've lost this certainty addiction because going all in and all out, having one-way decisions, seeking perfect timing, buying the exact bottom, selling the exact top, or getting somehow upset that you didn't do so, is of course very, very high stress. And the addiction to indicators is just a waste of time. Indicators will always be backwards looking. You've got to be careful, because as an investor or a trader, you must be forwards looking. And we've seen that with FTX. The key is to get into Zone 3 and Zone 4. That's the probability and rule zones. I share many rules with our community, our beloved global family, each and every day. And the concept behind sharing those rules is to help you to frame the market correctly. It takes many, many years, many decades to get the right perspective on the market. And it's important to understand that all markets are the same. Some are just more volatile than others. That's why professionals do 3-way decision making. They understand percentages. They have patience. They know the rules. They mark up their charts with the CTKS method, which effectively gives you X-ray vision on what the smart money is doing underneath the hood. They understand the 10-5-10 fund. For example, if something costs $10 and it drops to $5, that's a 50% reduction, and you can make money out of this because a journey back from 5 to 10 is a 100% increase. It's very important to understand percentages, and all professionals do. They do it to the extent that when the market is coming up like this, professionals say, I'm on the wrong side of the percentage. I'm buying higher and higher. It must retrace eventually, because that is what institutions do. They always try to desynchronize the market, And what happens? Retail leaves the dance floor as the prices start to recover, and they'll only come back when the prices reached a certain target. And what happens next? People come tentatively back, get on the right side of the trade, but on the wrong side of the percentage. And when the particular price goes down, what do we see? They scatter again. They literally climb the walls. If you're going through an experience like this, it's very, very normal, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's all part and parcel of learning to get onto the right side of the percentage. You can be on the wrong side of the trade, but be on the right side of the percentage, and you will make a lot of money. And our focus as professionals is not to worry about the money, it's getting the techniques right, marking up the chart to get your X-ray vision in. You need to know where smart money is buying and selling, and you can do that through the CTKS method. Then you look and contextualize price action throughout the world, throughout the markets. That's why I always start the video looking through the main markets as well as crypto. Then you come back inside the crypto market, knowing that opportunities reset daily and finding the market's focus. Then, before you actually buy or sell, having positive excellence is absolutely critical to your success. If your fear controls you, you will buy and sell at the wrong times. Institutions basically manipulate retail fear. They're experts at it. They've had hundreds of years of practice. And there are many, many ways to buy and sell. To get into synchronization, I created BORSOG trading, and that comes from the Masterclass rule 621. Buy on red, sell on green. That gets you on the right side of the percentage, but you must know what you're doing. And you can start with very small trades to try to synchronize in with the market. When you've got a synchronization factor, when things are going well, you understand the dimensions of price action and the nuances of it. You can scale up. But if things start to turn against you and you get desynchronized, please descale. And when you gain synchronization again, you can scale. This synchronization factor is part of that three-dimensional risk management code that we do each and every day. I'm going to reach out today to the ART CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship awardee, and hopefully we'll be announcing that particular winner tomorrow. To be eligible for a CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship, you must actively contribute into the community. It's important to show your persistence, dedication, and commitment. These scholarships are not given out without a great deal of thought and a great deal of worthiness on the part of those who receive them. We know from Rule 45 from the Masterclass, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. And turning towards the top 8, we can see Ethereum just in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but just a bit stronger now. Quite an improvement, quite a recovery, but we've seen a bit of a retracement, and we know that we're very close to Bitcoin's resistance. If we actually get over Bitcoin's resistance, Bitcoin's gravity will slingshot Ethereum upwards. Beware of that. But if we also get rejected from that resistance, which is the more likely scenario, we would expect to come down. Just keep your eye on Bitcoin. We can see Binance Coin just going in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but just a little bit weaker. XRP is a little stronger, but always moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. This is a very, very important thing to understand. When Bitcoin rallies, what's going to happen to your beloved alts? Please let me know in the comments. What about ADA? Just a little bit stronger than Bitcoin at the moment. Doge just aligning. Matic doing well. Look at Matic, much, much stronger than Bitcoin's gravity, and it really recovered very well. Matic is quite a strong project. DOT is showing signs of life. It's showing that it wants to party, but ultimately we know that Bitcoin holds the keys to its fate. Solana. Bitcoin's gravity is currently suppressing Solana. If you're going through a life pullback at the moment, please know that our global family's love and healing thoughts are with you. There's always hope, and the sun will come out again. And the most beautiful thing of all, you're not alone. You're part of a global family. And Art shared a very beautiful comment that I wanted to read out to you today. Last year, I almost died from COVID. The things that kept me going were this channel and all of the positivity. That's so beautiful, Art. And we're also very, very happy that you survived, Art, and you're here with us each and every day. And the scholarship I will be awarding, I'll be reaching out to someone today, is from Art. This is Art. He's just a magnificent human being. And Art said, if you're facing death or severe financial crisis, please don't worry. These things will work out for you. Have faith and you will be made whole. We believe in you. And we do. Thank you so much, Art. And to everybody who's suffering an illness or has lost a loved one, our thoughts are with you. And Jade said, as my family is recovering from a second round of COVID, my heart goes out to you, Art. This one was definitely worse than the first time. And there's been a lot of reports that reinfections of COVID are quite damaging. They're quite serious. So please get better, Jade, and your lovely family. And C19 has caused so much death and destruction around the world. It's still very active out there, although most people think it's just disappeared. In fact, globally, over the past week, there's been 2.3 million new cases of C19, and we can see Japan, South Korea, the US, Germany, Italy, France, Taiwan, and Australia are amongst the top gainers when it comes to C19. And in some regions, the weekly case change in percentage is just going up dramatically. Even Australia has seen a 115% increase just over the past week. Japan has seen a 30% increase. And if you have family or friends who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day, 7 days a week, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here, and we have one of the best communities on YouTube. And also a deep gratitude and appreciation for everybody who comments each day. We're creating a beautiful global family together. We're a real community, and when it comes to scammers, we get rid of them as soon as they pop up, and it's like whack-a-mole. So if anybody reaches out to you from WhatsApp or Telegram, just ignore them. And well done to everyone who could take advantage of yesterday. But if you couldn't, there's no problem at all with that. Opportunities reset every day. And well done to everybody who does their active learning, who pops in their 3-dimensional risk management code each day. And it needs to be done daily because the market's just changed so quickly. I thought it could be a good idea to talk a little bit about integrity in the comments in today's video, and to potentially talk about what different projects you see have a lot of integrity. I think that's very, very important, because we see that particular cryptos that don't have integrity in terms of their founders, they generally collapse, and you don't want your money in them when they collapse. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts and ideas. And if you haven't commented in a while, please reach out and just say hi. We'd love to hear from you. To keep inside Zone 3 and Zone 4 and to not slip back to Zone 1 and Zone 2, we have the CTKS Creed. This helps prime our mind for profitability in not just the crypto market, but in life. Knowing that life wants you to succeed is really important. That's why we say, I know the universe wants me to succeed. To keep away from entitlement and conflict, there's a next line of the CTKS Creed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. Society is harsh and we all get judged. Sometimes we don't have good upbringings and we can feel an emptiness or a hole where we need to really fight for everything that we get. We counteract that Zone 1 and Zone 2 thinking by, I am worthy, I go slow to go fast. People are in such a hurry to become successful. We've got to become successful right now, today, this second. It's not like that. Life is a long road. So we have the next part of the CTKS Creed. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life is always throwing curveballs at us just like the crypto market does. We therefore need a very positive attitude towards these life pullbacks. In fact, the CTKS Creed says, life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. And that's exactly what Art talked about. It's very beautiful of you to share, Art. The final two positive affirmation statements of the CTKS Creed. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.